Hello, I am Alexander Sietschlag. I am the chair of the Inter-College Master of Professional Studies in Homeland Security here at Penn State, and I'm also a full professor of Homeland Security at Penn State Harrisburg, the Capital College School of Public Affairs. I am excited to introduce to you today the Homeland Security concentration in the OMBA program. I'll do so by walking you through a couple of slides that will help you understand what that concentration is all about, what it takes to complete it, and why it can be particularly beneficial to you. So let's get started. Like I said, the concentration in Homeland Security in OMBA comes out of the curriculum of the Inter-College Master of Professional Studies in Homeland Security. So that program's vision and mission also provide the context for your Homeland Security concentration. So let's take a moment to review that. The Homeland Security program's mission is to prepare professionals and develop leaders for the field of Homeland Security by providing exceptional graduate education that includes an integrated curriculum, expert faculty from the mission space, practitioners as well as academic and research experts, and student interaction. The mission of the program is to provide graduate students with an integrated cross-disciplinary curriculum that is focused on a set of educational goals, helping students to understand and manage the complexities of Homeland Security in a global environment, and also to give full consideration to the requirements of employability and of workforce transformation while teaching to the state of the art of the field. Our master's program is nationally and internationally recognized and has some good reputation. This is just a rundown of those, ranking badges. There is no accreditation yet for Homeland Security, so those badges are an important quality indicator. We are quite proud of that. And we also have been recently named a guard-friendly school and program in Homeland Security. In the OMBA Homeland Security concentration, you'll focus on a couple of functional areas in the Homeland Security mission space and acquire a set of distinct and distinctive skills. So let's look at those for a moment. The functional areas include the comprehensive approach. So your studies will actually focus on the whole Homeland Security enterprise and go beyond the Federal Department of Homeland Security, because the Homeland Security enterprise in the so-called quadrennial Homeland Security reviews has been defined as an enterprise with a shared responsibility of federal, state, local, tribal, territorial, non-governmental, and private sector partners, as well as individuals, families, and communities, diverse and widely distributed, spanning the country and including international partners. The Homeland Security enterprise jointly builds capabilities and carries out Homeland Security functions. And in addition to that, we also look at the whole national preparedness cycle. That means we look at emergency, crisis, disaster management from the holistic point of view of prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery. Then we also base our studies on an all hazards approach. So we certainly consider anthropogenic hazards such as terrorism, violent extremism, and things like that. But we also look at natural hazards and the Homeland Security effects of global environmental change. We focus on the whole community as defined in the definition of the Homeland Security enterprise, so federal, state, local, tribal, territorial entities, but also non-governmental and private sector partners, as well as society down to each individual. We are cross-disciplinary. We look at different professional perspectives and different academic perspectives, as I'll explain later, as I'll walk you through the 3 courses that build that concentration for you in OMBA. We have an emphasis on public-private partnerships, but also on standalone roles of the private sector and society in securing the homeland. The particular skills that you will earn and obtain and develop, going through that Homeland Security concentration. OMBA in particular include the following. So you will familiarize yourself with the national preparedness goal, the national response framework, and also the whole national preparedness system. You'll gain additional knowledge as relates to critical infrastructure protection. You'll focus on emergency and crisis management skills, best practices, case studies, also on disaster resilience, on defense support of civil authorities. Of course, you will look into the counterterrorism domain, and you will review and learn example applications of national security law, policy, and strategy. Why is this relevant? You probably already guessed from what I've said so far how this can enhance your OMBA learning experience and program outcomes, but it is in particular relevant for 3 reasons, and let's look at those. The private sector is an important player in the Homeland Security enterprise, as we've already seen. The private sector is an essential member of the whole community that works to foster national preparedness in order to achieve a resilient nation. So wherever your jobs will take you in the business world, you will sooner or later find out that the work that you do is more or less directly connected to Homeland Security and to the Homeland Security enterprise. For example, when it comes to business continuity management, to sharing information with public sector partners, critical infrastructure protection, supply chain security issues, and other things. The Homeland Security concentration can further improve OMBA graduates' chances on the job market, as well as increase private sector ability to make important contributions to Homeland Security, this being a whole community effort that depends on, among other things, experts in business studies and in business management, like you are and are going to be. The OMBA HLS concentration can, in a few bullet points, best characterized as shown here on this slide. The course content focuses on the origins and organization of the Homeland Security enterprise and the roles and responsibilities of key agencies and partners. You'll apply the knowledge gained to solve current practical problems based on an all hazards and whole community approach. So we use real world case studies and current and developing crises in our courses. The concentration has an interdisciplinary perspective and allows students to develop and acknowledge skills in a variety of areas, as we have already reviewed, starting with critical infrastructure protection and ending up on the other end of the national preparedness continuum with resilience to disasters. The concentration as such consists in 3 courses, where 2 courses are required, and then for the third course you currently have the choice between 2 alternatives. Each course is 3 credits. All classes are offered every semester, including summer, thus allowing you full scheduling flexibility. And then, as you can see, 3 courses times 3 credits, that makes a total of 9 credits for the Homeland Security concentration. So you'll take, in that sequence, the 2 required courses for the concentration. That's HLS 811, Fundamentals of Homeland Security, and HLS 404, Homeland Security Defense and Practice, that in particular drills down to the state and local level of Homeland Security. Then, in addition, you'll take one of the currently 2 following courses, HLS 802, Multifaceted Approaches to Homeland Security, or HLS 804, Strategic Planning and Organizational Imperatives in Homeland Defense and Security. Now let's look at what those courses have to offer to you in some more detail. So the 2 required courses, HLS 811 and HLS 404. HLS 811 provides foundational knowledge about Homeland Security policy, strategy, organization, and legal issues in the US context and in an all hazards perspective. And you'll also address and learn about principles and their application of emergency management, planning, and you'll have the opportunity to examine and criticize key Homeland Security decisions and issues through a couple of writing assignments, plus you'll be able to embed a couple of FEMA independent study certificates at no cost to you in the course, because you will take those independent study courses that are short, self-contained courses within HLS 811 as assignments, and that way you'll earn one or the other certificate of completion from FEMA being, as you probably know, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, from FEMA's Emergency Management Institute. So those are highly recognized certificates. And then HLS 404, the second required course, Homeland Security and Defense in Practice. That course analyzes and evaluates current Homeland Security legislation, executive orders and strategies, as well as constraints hindering the implementation of federal and state initiatives. It includes addressing of critical infrastructure protection, Homeland Security grants, information sharing, and DHS risk assessment methodology. So SRA being very relevant in your OMBA study. So this is a nice connection and expansion to and upon that. Then as the third course, you are able to pick one of those two, either HLS 802 or HLS 804. HLS 802 really focuses on multidisciplinary approaches to Homeland Security, both in terms of professional disciplines, but also in terms of academic disciplines. So this course focuses on the examination of roles of the public and private sectors and different academic and professional disciplines in preparing, mitigating, responding to disasters. So again, national preparedness cycle in its entirety. Students will also apply knowledge and methodologies to real-world cases, practically assessing key components in mitigating the impact of future events and in continuity management. So looks like a very nice choice for you, OMBA folks. But HLS 804 is as interesting, strategic planning and organizational imperatives in Homeland Defense and Security, as it introduces the essential planning concepts for response in an all hazards environment, focusing on several major areas in Homeland Security. The course provides an overview of the concepts that can help Homeland Security and emergency management professionals think and act more strategically. So that's your choice. And then the other great news is that you are able to embed an online Homeland Security graduate certificate of the World Campus into your OMBA concentration in Homeland Security, because we have an agreement with OMBA that for our 12 credits or 4-course Homeland Security certificate, we'll count one of the following 2 courses that you have to that are required courses for you OMBA folks at anyway. So we'll recognize either MB Admin 814 or MB Admin 816 as the 4th course. So that means that if you complete the Homeland Security concentration in OMBA by taking the 3 courses where we've just reviewed that. So HLS 801 and HLS 811 and HLS 404, and then in addition either HLS 802 or HLS 804, then you can file a request to us to recognize MB Admin 814 or MB Admin 816 as the 4th course towards Graduate Homeland Security Certificate. All that you have to do is apply to that certificate. Unfortunately, you have to pay the application fee. So that's World Campus, because there's still a administrative process, but you'll be then admitted to that certificate and you'll automatically be awarded it upon successful completion of those 3 Homeland Security courses, plus either MB Admin 814 or MB Admin 816. So that's a very nice way of earning an additional credential and having a certified Homeland Security concentration within your OMBA. And if you like to learn more about the certificate, here's the link that takes you to the respective page on the World Campus website. That's all. I hope you're interested in considering the Homeland Security concentration within the OMBA with us. So this is my contact information. If you need anything, like more information, please hit me up anytime. I wish you all the best for your studies in OMBA, and I would be excited to welcome you as HLS concentration students. Take care and hope to talk to you soon.